Hi everyone, welcome to New Beginnings Kids Ministry Online. I'm your web host, Pastor Erin Diaz, and we have a great service planned for you today. You're going to hear a story about a man named Jacob, and he's in the Bible. He's a great character who learns that he is not alone. But before that, we're going to play a fun game with Lindsay and Jasmine, and you get to play along.
Hey everyone, my name's Lindsay and this is Jasmine, and right now we're going to play an awesome game with you called 3-Year-Old Pictionary. We got some of our friends who are 3 years old, and they drew some pictures, and we have to guess what they drew a picture of. So, Jasmine, are you ready to go down?
I'm a Pictionary master, so let's do this.
All right, let's see our first picture, and make sure you guys can play along at home as well. All right, so here's our drawing. It's either A, a zombie rabbit, B, a happy bat, or C, this is a picture of their dad. And I'm gonna have to go with, I really think the bat doesn't look happy at all if it's a bat. I don't know that this is a picture of their dad unless their dad only has 3 fingers. I'm gonna go with A, a zombie rabbit.
I have to disagree with you. I think it is a happy bat just because of the ears on top of its head.
I don't know. All right, of course. Okay, if you got B right, that means you got 1 point.
I told you I was gonna win this.
All right,
let's see the next one. Our choices are a king holding hands with his best friend, who's a bee, an alien taking a guy to be probed, or a huge fly whacking a man with a fly swatter. What do you think, Lindsay?
I'm gonna go with B. I really think that looks like an alien. I don't know about the other one, but for sure the first one, the second guy looks like an alien to me, so I'm gonna go with B. It looks like an alien taking a guy to get probed.
I think it's a huge fly hitting a man with a fly swatter.
All right. Oh, I was right, finally. Okay, 1-1.
I'm gonna get the next
1
one.
point.
All right. Our choices are a vampire, an angry cow, or Khalifa's Sunrider, Master of the Burning Legion. I have no idea what that is, but I think I'm gonna go with a vampire just because the red and the tongue and yeah, I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna go with an angry cow. There's some, I think like the horns are on the cow. I don't know what the last one is. What about you guys at home? What are you guys guessing? Let's see the answer. Oh, a vampire. Jasmine got it right again. All right, so what's the score so far? 2-1?
2-1, I think that's it.
Okay.
Alrighty, for this one we have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle drinking a smoothie, Mommy drinking her coffee, or Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 3. I haven't seen that movie, but I can see the mask and there's some kind of liquid in the cup, so I'm gonna go with the Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Mommy drinking her coffee because I'm pretty sure it looks like a coffee mug. I feel like this 3-year-old probably just got done seeing their mom drink their coffee, so let's see what the answer is.
We're both wrong again.
Okay, I've never seen that movie. This kid's really smart and watching a lot of movies. All right, let's do one last one for the tiebreaker. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, is this A, the blasting sun rays of death of unsuspecting beachgoers, B, a creepy octopus giving hugs, or C, Spider-Man? All right, Jasmine.
I think that's definitely Spider-Man shooting a web at the sun, so I'm gonna go with C.
All right, I think my guess is gonna be B, a creepy octopus giving hugs. What about you guys? Ah, it's A. That means we both were wrong. But I think the final score is 2-1. That means I lost this round.
I told you guys I was gonna win. I mean, that was such a fun game. I think we definitely both need to work on our Pictionary skills, but let's get back to our web coach to see what she has to say.
Wow, that was an awesome game. I actually didn't get any of them right. How'd you guys do? Next, we have a Bible story for you. It's found in the book of Genesis, chapter 28, verse 10. So go get your Bibles, open them to the first book of Genesis, and if you can't find it, go ask your parents for help.
Hi everybody, my name's Desiree, and today we're going to do an experiment. So I have here a bowl of cold water, a bowl of hot water, a water bottle, and a balloon. Now before we find out what we're going to be doing today, we're going to hear our Bible story from Jasmine.
Today's Bible story is in Genesis chapter 28, and it's about a man named Jacob who was on the run in the middle of nowhere, searching for a place to lay his head. Now, Jacob searched for hours and hours trying to find a place that would be safe for him. He probably felt scared, lonely, confused. I know I've felt that way before, and maybe you felt that way too, where you just didn't know what was going to happen next. Well, Jacob spent hours searching for a place when he found this huge rock, and he used that rock to lay his head upon. Now, how many of you have ever felt so tired that you could just fall asleep in literally seconds? That's what happened to Jacob. He laid his head on a rock and he fell asleep instantly. But what happened next was even cooler. You see, Jacob was about to have the coolest dream of his entire life. I can think of some dreams I've had that were really cool, but none of them compared to this. You see, in this dream, Jacob saw a ladder that was set upon the earth, and this ladder was so tall that it reached heaven. Now, I can't imagine what heaven would look like, but Jacob got to see it. And in this ladder were angels climbing up and down the ladder, but that's not even the coolest part, because God spoke directly to Jacob. God told Jacob that this land, where he felt scared and lonely and confused, was going to become a place for his family, and that God was going to bless this land and give it to his family so that his family could live on this land for years and years to come. His kids, his kids' kids, and so forth. But then, God not only gave this land to Jacob, but God spoke these words of encouragement to him that are also encouraging to you and I. It says here in verse 15 that God said, "Behold, I am with you and will keep you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land, for I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you." Then Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it." How many of you have felt like you were going through something really hard and you felt like God was nowhere to be seen? Jacob felt like that, but in this moment, God met with him and reminded him that you're not alone, that I'm with you, that I'm going to take care of you, but not only just you, I'm going to take care of your whole entire family. And God doesn't just do that for Jacob. God does that for you and I. God is always there with us, and God is always there to remind us that he's going to take care of all of us. But see, what Jacob did next is even awesome too, because not only did Jacob receive these words of encouragement, he did something with them. He took the land that God gave him, and he named the land Bethel. Bethel means house of God. He took this land that he was scared of, that he felt unsure about, and he made it a place where God's presence was known. In fact, he took that rock he was sleeping on, and he created a beautiful pillar that people could use to worship God and to glorify all the things that God has done for them in their lives. Now, I know you're probably not at school right now and unable to come to church at this moment, but that doesn't stop you from worshiping God right where you're at. You can take your own home or your own place where you're staying, and you can turn that into your own Bethel, a house of God. So my challenge for you is to remember that you're not alone. God's with you all the time, everywhere you go, even when you feel scared. But even more than that, this is your chance to be a light to your family and to remind them that God's not without them either, that God's right by their side too, and that God's protecting all of you and taking care of you during this time where you might not be feeling sure of what's going to happen next. But right now, we're going to get to our experiment with Miss Desiree.
Wow, that was an awesome Bible story. We learned how God was always with Jacob. And just like God was always with Jacob, God is always with us. We are never alone. So now we're going to start our experiment. So I'm going to take the bottle and put our balloon on the top. Now let's see what happens when we put our bottle inside each of our bowls. Let's start with the cold water. I don't see anything happening. Do you guys see anything? Let's try the hot water. Oh, something's happening. Do you guys see it? Look at our balloon. Wow, that is awesome. Let's do it one more time. Okay, cold water. Nothing. How about the hot water? There it goes. Look at our balloon. It is filling up all by itself. That is amazing. Now, you know, that reminds me of God. So just like we saw that balloon fill up all by itself, sometimes it feels like we are all by ourselves, but God is always with us and God is always moving in our lives. We are never alone. Now, if you want to try this experiment at home, make sure you get your parents' help, and we'll see you next week.
Isn't it great to know that we are never alone? And you're not alone. Even in the midst of this craziness, God is with you. When you have all this free time, when you're home, if you're bored, or maybe you have so many options, you don't know what to do, but God is with you. I really enjoyed being your web host today, and you could keep your eyes open for more videos that we're going to be putting out for you. We love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.